Welcome viewers to the second part of my conversation on CXO transitions with Mr. Jitendra Mahajan, Chief Supply Officer at DIAGEO India. Do watch the first part of our conversation and all other episodes of this series on my YouTube and Spotify channels. Links are given in the description. Welcome back, Jitendra. Happy to have you again with us.
My pleasure, Ramesh.
Jitendra, I saw that you're with Marico for 26 years, which is pretty unusual these days. Of course, you had a brief break in between when you joined Britannia as Chief Procurement Officer. But then 26 years being a long time, the thought that comes to me is after a long stint of completely fitting into one setup, one industry, one culture, and the comfort that you develop with all the people around you, when you make a move, either to Britannia or subsequently to Diageo, what should a leader be mindful of after a long stint in one company?
So, Ramesh, obviously, it is not very easy transition, particularly when you spend so much of time in the environment which is completely known to you, and you are one of that environment for a very long time. But nevertheless, while it is not easy, I think as long as you stick to the process, it gets simpler and effective as well. Now I'll just talk to you about the process which I adopted and probably I learned on the way. So first and foremost, Ramesh, irrespective of where do you come from, I think it is important to keep that outside when you get into the new organization, and it is important to listen, learn, and appreciate the new business and new environment you get into, and understand the organization, its culture, its unique way of doing things. And as you do more of this, you quickly become part of the new ecosystem, which then helps you to move forward with your mandate. That is the first point. The second one is that each organization has its unique business challenges, and the strategies also are unique in that environment. Now, it is important to understand this evolution of this the historical challenges and the way the organization has built the business historically, because that basically helps you to understand the current context. And then you start appreciating it. The next is, no matter how good you are, I think it is important for you to get works done through the team, and building the respect and trust with the key team members becomes important in order to effectively deploy the strategies or any change which you would want to basically make. And many times you would basically find many small opportunities, small changes which can actually give very quick wins. And when you get very quick wins early in time, that basically helps you to build credibility. And once you build credibility, okay, then more and more people then join you in your transformation journey and in your the way you in your change management and so on. So that really helps you. The next one, once you start, getting the momentum, I think what typically I have observed is that it is no more a transition. It is a space which now you belong to. It is something which is where you are equally engaged the way you were engaged in the previous organization, and as the success gets in, the momentum flywheel basically takes care of that, the change management, and it becomes very easy for you to settle in, and you very quickly then become part of the new organization as you were earlier.
Sure. So you need to get the momentum of a flywheel. I hear you say that, and the initial days and months are so critical for that. Fantastic. Jitendra, the other thing is you are quite unique because, over 26 or now 28, 29 years, you developed so much functional expertise in managing supply chains that it forces me to ask this question. When you develop extreme functional expertise, you tend to become so full of your, importance of your function and dismiss the concerns of other leaders as secondary. So how do you stay flexible? How do you continue being a learner? And how do you contribute to the other members of the senior team?
As a functional expert, okay, it really does not come in a way of being flexible or contributing to the CXO team agenda. As long as you keep your focus on the organization goal. See, finally, every function works towards creating a sustainable, profitable enterprise, and as long as I said earlier as well, that whatever you do, okay, or whatever your team does, okay, you ensure that it impacts the business performance parameters like revenue, profit, market share, or for that matter, anything which is of a priority at that point of time. I think that connect is established every time. Whatever you do, I think it becomes easier for you to establish that flexibility. Is informally, I had many close friends which basically came from my peer set across the functions, and when that really happens, and I mean you keep learning not only the known facet of the other functional priorities, but also deeper understanding about their challenges, about their issues, about how can, I mean, both the CXOs can support each other, and when you start working together, I think the synergistic benefit basically start driving the learning further as well as the outcome. The
Sure.
third one is maybe a functional leader, but I think you need to when you develop that passion, you track the business performance very closely. You understand market, you understand industry dynamics, you understand competition, and track it very closely. You understand what is happening, or getting disrupted around us. The more and more you do that, your ability to connect functional excellence intuitively to the business requirement, I think, develops, and then it just becomes habitual going forward. Then.
Sure. So you're talking about developing an outside-in perspective of the business, of the market, and so on. Two is developing very close relationships with your peers. And three is something which is more of a person-specific thing that you can achieve great success in a function, but then you need to stay grounded and you need to stay flexible and always contributing. Thanks for that, Jitendra. Jitendra, the other theme that I noticed in your career is consistently leading very, very diverse teams, different sets of people at different points of time in several functions, whether it's in production, procurement, supply chain, so on and so forth, and succeeding. So I want to ask you about briefly what values and principles that you hold dear helped you along the way.
So thanks, Ramesh, for this question. And fortunately for me, I did manage multiple teams, not only in supply chain, but also had opportunity to manage teams outside supply chain for some period, and really enjoyed my experiences with each of them. What was consistent and what really I believe that has helped me in succeeding in these teams is understanding and practicing of level 5 leadership. And now this is the concept which is from one of the most well-read book of Good to Great, which talks about a combination of a personal humility and a professional will. Now, a personal humility basically helps you to keep learning from others, staying connected, developing trust and respect with others, and then make you wiser as you basically progress and age.
Sure.
Professional will on the other side brings in a high tenacity, grit, and determination and perseverance required in order to excel and create a benchmarks in whatever you do. And the combination of this done with creating a right kind of a trust among the team really makes the job much easier, irrespective of which team you basically are managing.
Okay, so therefore you're talking about striving for excellence. Seems to be one value. Humility seems to be the other one, and never say die, never giving up. So determination to succeed. And the last one I picked up is trust, having an equation of trust with everybody around you. So these would be the four values that you hold dear.
That's right, Ramesh.
Jitendra, thanks so much for so generously sharing your insights and learnings on your professional transitions. I wish you the very best in your future journey. Dear viewers, this ends my conversation with Mr. Jitendra Mahajan, Chief Supply Officer of DIAGEO India. If there's one thing I picked up from this exchange, it is the staying invested, not looking out, staying focused on the job to be done, picking up a lot of learnings along the way, making something out of yourself from a management trainee to the very top levels of an organization. Let's wish him all the best. Do join us in a few days for my next dialogue with another top leader. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramesh.
Dear viewers, If you found value in this video, support us by clicking the like button, share it with your colleagues, and press the bell icon to subscribe to my channel. I eagerly await your thoughts on this video in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.